everyone to Card Collectanea. This is Cindy once again, and today I'm in the third installment of my challenging myself to use the Cricut cartridges that I have. So this is the third card I'm going to make, and today I'm going to use Beyond Birthdays, which is mostly a sentiment cartridge. It just has words. It does have some birthday things, but it has other sayings beyond that. So when I decided to do this one, I thought, well, I can't have just a sentiment. I probably have to have something. So I paired it with another cartridge, which I'll show you in just a second. Today I'm going to start with a white 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch card, and it's just out of heavy cardstock. And then I cut a blue mat. Now this is 5 3/8 in this direction, and 4 1/8 in the shorter length. So 5 3/8, 4 1/8, just 1/8 inch smaller than the card itself. And then this other paper that I'm using is a paper that says baby hands on it. By the way, the cardstock is from DCWV, and this is the Paper Studio, and it is 1/8 inch smaller than the blue mat. So it is 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to put these together, and you'll notice that it has little baby hands, and it's in blue, so you can get the idea that I'm going to make a baby card for a little boy. So I'll put these together. I'm going to use my ATG gun, and then I'll be back as soon as I get those stuck together. Now I'm ready to show you what I used the cartridge for, Beyond Birthdays. It is the saying here. It's on page 110. It says, "It's a boy." It has a little kite attached to it. Now I didn't want the kite, so I cut that off after I had put it through the Cricut. And then I also used the shadow feature, and I did those at 2 inches. So in the It's a Boy itself, I did a blue cardstock, the same blue that I had used as a mat, and the shadow then is white. And I will put these together, and then they will show up very nicely on this white card, or this handprint card paper. So I will put those together, but I won't stick them down quite yet. I'm going to put them together with my two-way glue pen, and then I'll be ready to move on. Now it's all together, and I don't have it attached to the card yet, but I obviously couldn't say "it's a boy" without having some kind of boy something. So I decided to use another cartridge that I've had for a while, and that's New Arrival. It has a lot of really sweet baby cuts on it, and so I pulled out one that will work very well for this, and it's this little crawling baby. It's on page 97. You could make it a girl as well, but when you cut the baby itself and then this little diaper, and I cut that at 2 1/2 inches. No, 3 inches, excuse me. Baby is at 3 inches. So here is the baby. When I cut the baby out, I did not use the features, the facial features that are included in this. I used my Design Studio and took those features out, hid those features. And then when I got it cut out, then I went ahead and used a Peachy Keen stamp on his face, and then colored in his cheeks and the tongue that's in here. And so I think he's so sweet. I love this little baby. And then I wanted to use something to mat him with, and so I went to Spellbinders and pulled up a set, Spellbinders Nestabilities, and this is Labels 12, and the size that I used was the next to the largest one in that set. And it turned out to be about a 3-inch square, and the baby is 3 inches. Actually, the square is just a little bit bigger than 3, so the baby just fits on there very nicely, and against the white the baby shows up really well. And I used the Swiss Dots folder, and so it is embossed, and I will put the baby on top of that. And then as a mat for this square, I just cut another square from the same blue paper, and it is 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. And I didn't round the corners because my corner rounder, which I have one that has this little indent in it, but it was a different dimension than that, so I just left the corners there. And so I will put the baby on top of the white. I'll put the white on top of the blue, and then I'm going to position them all together here. And before I did the baby and put everything together, I did ink around it with some Tim Holtz Tea Dye Distress ink. So I'm going to put the layers for the baby together, and then I'll put it on the card and then come back and add the sentiment. I've put everything together, and now I'm ready to add this so sweet little baby. Before I put it down, I went ahead and put some foam tape on it. This is Scotch, and I'm going to pull the backing off, and then I will just put it down, put the baby down right here in the middle of this mat. Having trouble getting everything off. Tried to put a good bit of the tape on it because I want it to stand up well from the mat. And we have to get him in here just right, or he doesn't fit very well. Oh, beautiful. He is so cute. I love that little baby. Now for the sentiment. It's a boy, and it will look really nice in here. I think it shows up well. I'll put that on with my Zig 2-way pen, and then I'll come back and show you the finished result. Here's the sweet little It's a Boy card. So sweet and happy. And this is again the third installment of my using my cartridges. This is for Beyond Birthdays with New Arrival as well. I probably won't use this one for the New Arrival card, but it has worked out beautifully to put them together. Thanks so much for coming by, and my next one will be to use Paper Doll Dress Up, which is one of my favorites. So come back and see that one, especially if you have that cartridge and don't use it a lot. Come back and see what can be done with it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.